Hello and welcome guys to the Mawejje family. It's your boy Rogers and your girl Precious today is behind the camera as I'm taking you through this wonderful experience about Zimbabwe as a Ugandan. I've visited Zimbabwe like 3 times, and the last time I was paying Robola. So I've gotten quite a lot of experience, and today I'm going to be sharing with you. Before I go into it, make sure you subscribe if you are new here, like this video, comment guys. This video must go very far. Now, the first experience that I got in Zimbabwe is I found out that most Zimbabwean women, I'm telling you, they are well-mannered. That's one. They are very beautiful. That is two. In fact, the first time when I went to Zimbabwe, your girl is behind the camera, so I didn't want to say this, but I saw a lot of beautiful ladies. I was almost picking among those that I saw, and she wasn't among them.
You'll be dead.
So, but I ended up still picking a Zimbabwean lady. So they were so beautiful, well-mannered. I'm not saying Ugandans are not beautiful and well-mannered, but trust me, Ugandan men, when you know what I'm talking about. You want something from Zimbabwe. So that's the first experience. And two is well-educated people. I do believe even statistically, Zimbabwe has well-educated people. I'm sure it's one of the countries that educates people more than people have a lot of degrees. Here in Uganda, you find people are hustlers, whether he's in school or not, they don't care, mostly they are hustlers. But in Zimbabwe, English, they start speaking and sometimes you get lost. So the other experience that I got in Zimbabwe as a Ugandan man or a Ugandan person was the fluctuation of, that is dollars. So I found it a very big problem, because today you could find most of the way I was sleeping in accommodation. I'll also talk about that. But dollars today is up, tomorrow is another up. It was almost going up every time. And then when it comes to buy things in Zimbabwe, it was like every single day you find there is new tags on things. Sugar, there is a new tag. Bread, there is a new tag. Like prices changes almost. In fact, not every day. It is every hour, every minute. You can go at maybe 1 p.m. and when you go back at 2 p.m. you find a different price. And the other challenge I got, it's an experience, of course, I had never experienced it in Uganda. You want bread, but you look for in every supermarket there is no bread. And when you get it, people are fighting for it. But the taste, sorry to say this, because I'm married to Zimbabwe now.
Leave our bread alone.
But it wasn't that much tasting, You fight to get it, but not much tasting. And even in sugar, sometimes you want to take tea, you want sugar in a supermarket, you are not finding it. So that's one of the experiences also I got in Zimbabwe. And another one is filling stations. Oh my God. Do you know that that's the first time I saw in Zimbabwe that when, I don't know if now it is improved, but there cars would line up, maybe spend 2, 3, 4 hours, almost the entire day. And one day, we spend so many hours in, that queue going to a filling station. Reaching there, fuel was done. I was like, all this time, all this struggle. But that was in 2019. That time I spent a month. So I don't know, guys, you can collect me. If things are better now, please help me know. At least on filling stations. And then also on network. Oh my God. For me, I'm always an online person. But network and the expensive data in Zimbabwe, when you compare it to Uganda, trust me, data here is a bit okay. But in Zimbabwe, expensive data, I found out that, of course, it's an experience, guys. I know if you are coming from Zimbabwe, you understand. Or if you have visited Zimbabwe, you understand what I'm talking about. And the network, you don't get it when you want it. It's always, here and there. That's the network. Also, that is an experience that I got. Guys, if the network today has improved and maybe the prices of data has gone down, please put it in the chats. Also, I want to know, because I'm sharing experience. I last visited Zimbabwe maybe 1 year ago, and there it was just a few days. The first time I experienced it more when I spent a month there, and that was few years ago, 2019. So maybe things have changed. You can also correct me. And electricity goes almost every time. I was blessed that where I was sleeping, they could have standby electricity generator. They could put a genset and we could be at least having. But hey, in most of places, you find that people could struggle a lot with electricity. In Zimbabwe, in Uganda, of course, I had not experienced that because it takes long for electricity to go, mostly here in the city. I don't know much about the villages, but here in the city, you find that you have always electricity. And also, of course, I talked about accommodation is very expensive in Zimbabwe. Very expensive. You know, they charge in dollars. They tell you this dollars, and you as a Ugandan, guys, if you are coming from another country, maybe you have experienced this. You are so much used to your local currency. But now they tell you this one is $50. You think 50 is so little. But when you recalculate it in your own currency, you find out that, I've paid this much. Oh my God. Even food, when you eat food, they tell you this plate is $15, $20, $30. You say, maybe it is. You know, like our local currency here in Uganda, we use shillings. So shillings, when you say I'm paying maybe 3,000, so when 3,000, maybe 10,000 on a plate, or 15 or 30,000 on a plate of food, there they tell you it's only maybe $15. When you compare 30 and 15, you say 15 is so little. For you, you take it in figures, you end up realizing that you have spent a lot of money, I tell you. So food, accommodation in Zimbabwe, truly I found it so expensive for me, and I'm sure for some people who are coming from such countries like Uganda or other countries. So guys, so many things that I experienced. Of course, the other thing that I needed to talk about is the people eating on the same plate. Like, you know, in Uganda, I found it a bit weird. You find that it is saza. The staple food is saza, and then they put it on one plate, and everyone, you know, there is a way they do a kabolo. They make a bowl. My wife even puts it in the air and eats. So people put everything in one plate and they are comfortable. Here, it's plate by plate. They serve you plate by plate, except maybe in the villages of Uganda when they are serving matoke, but now it's not common. So here it's plate. They give you your own plate. You know, this is my food. Imagine they serve you on that one, and there is someone like Precious who cruises on food like no man's business. So guys, I found it as an experience as well in Zimbabwe, but I love Zimbabwe so much because that's where I got my lovely wife as well. But of course, that has been my experience. Guys, if you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to comment. Don't forget to like. If you are new, don't forget to subscribe. Just hit that subscription button and hit that like button. Make sure you comment. You are pushing this video for you're supporting this Mawejje family. Otherwise, until next time, we love you so much. Mwah.